Welcome to SortaOkay Reviews, where every fan is welcome. I'm Nathan Bedard.
I'm Brad Newton.
And today we're doing One Piece Chapter
906.
906. We're 900 chapters in.
Yeah, I know. We started with chapter 899, I think. So we're still pretty new at this, but let's continue on with the Reverie arc today. So we start off the chapter where last week's ended. They're still going up that little floaty thing, the bubble from SortaOkay, and we get to see Mary Joa, and it looks pretty cool. Like there's like statues everywhere, and they're walking up these huge steps, and all these people like have seen the Reverie for the first time. Like this is like Stelly's first time and Shiroshi's first time, and King Neptune. So all these people are like seeing this place at the top of the red line for the first time.
Yeah, if I had to say, I want to say that Mary Joa is like kind of based off of France, I would presume.
Maybe Versailles, I don't know.
Maybe.
But, and then we see the fish, the mer people, you know, they can't really walk because they got, you know, fins and whatnot, so they still have to use the bubbles and, like, canes to walk and whatnot. And
it was also funny, too, like, I guess the floor's moving.
Yeah.
And just Stelly, just right to the ground. He's like, protect me!
And Shiroshi sees a forest, and then she goes to see it with her brother, Fukaboshi. The one with the blue hair. I think he's the oldest brother.
I think he's like the elder brother.
But they go see, they go to the forest, which, I mean, screw Luffy, I guess. Luffy was supposed to take her to go see a forest. She's already seen one now.
Yeah, now she's seen one.
And then we see, like, unfortunately, like, the way the walkway moves is like they have slaves underneath moving it. And
so, yeah, I love and hate this because, I mean, I hate the fact that, yeah, it's slaves moving these grounds, and but I love how they just keep amping up how crappy the Celestial Dragons are. It's like, they don't even want to walk on their own. No, they want the floor to move for them. That's how high and mighty they are in their head.
Yeah, and then we get to see, I forget his name, but the guy all the way from back from SortaOkay.
Carlos.
Yeah. Charlos.
Charlos.
Yeah, but Charlos is his name. But anyway, we see him, and he's like all the way, or he has got binoculars, and he's looking at Shiroshi, which does not mean a good thing for Shiroshi.
No, it doesn't but I think it's gonna set up something again with Luffy. Because like, you know, I don't think Luffy's just gonna let that guy take her.
Oh, I think the Revolutionary's there too, so we'll see if the Revolutionary saves her. But yeah, and she's probably gonna be the biggest focal point of this because she's still Poseidon. Yeah, and I think, you know, they're gonna want her because of Poseidon. I think he's gonna want her because he likes her too. Yeah, he wanted a mermaid in SortaOkay. Yeah, but he didn't get one, so now he's gonna want the queen, or the mermaid princess. So we get up to the gates, and everyone's starting to interact with all the kings and queens, and then we get kind of like a joke that happens where like these princes keep on going up to Shiroshi. And they keep on saying, "Marry me, you're so beautiful." Yeah, we're starting to see some like more kingdoms and stuff like that. But yeah, they're like, you know, she can't lie, so she's just like, "You're not my type." And then like the brother has to go like, you know, damage control because they're like, we don't want to start picking fights with other countries and stuff like that. They're used to not being told no because they're all royals. So I guess since she's technically a royal too, she's okay for her to say no, but she would have done that to like a Celestial Dragon, that would have been some shit to go down. And I think that's like not even forced. I think that's almost guaranteed to happen. I think seeing that scene when he's looking at her, I think he's gonna be like, "Marry me," and she's gonna be like, "No," and that's gonna lead to a problem. Yeah. So, but yeah, she's like just saying, "No, you're not my type," and then the brother's just like, "You gotta tell him, like, be nicer, let him down, gently say we'll do it sometime later," or just say later or something. But then we get to cut to see Rebecca and Vivi, and they're already interacting, which this has happened way sooner than I thought. And then Leo's already saying, you know Luffy? They're like, this is like, you know, the Luffy fan club of the royals is getting together. And you know, I know that like they are being careful, but also again they're not. It's like, oh, you like Luffy? And then Leo's like, oh yeah, I'm a pirate now, and I'm part of his Grand Fleet. And they're like, hey, you gotta, like, you're in Mari Joe's, you gotta be careful. Yeah. So it's like, and now the royals are like, I never knew that, like, you know, Luffy would be so popular with everybody else. I was like, we had to keep this a secret, you know, to be our involvement with him since he's a notorious pirate. And then Oda also, this chapter, like, for, like, you know, the casual reader, I kind of, like, skipped over these, to be honest, just because I'm like, I know what happened in Alabaster, I know what happened in Drum.
I think even Oda is starting to realize that he has one of the longest running manga of all time, because I think he's doing these recaps for people who are just kind of getting in, and it's like, or people who have been with the series, and they're like, oh yeah,
like the casual readers.
Did we go to Alabasta?
It's like, wasn't that like, you know, 700 chapters ago we were in Alabasta? But yeah, so we get the recap on that, and then Shiroshi over here, Vivi and Rebecca talking about Luffy. She's like, oh, you know Luffy too?
I love that, because like I could just think of so many things in my head. It's just like, and she's so big, and she just like kind of like pops down her big head. She's like, I heard you talking about Luffy. I'm a big Luffy fan. I have all the collectibles.
And then we get like to me like my favorite panel is Rebecca and Vivi go insane at the same time. We like Luffy too.
Like, man, to be Luffy right now, he's got the Mermaid Princess, Vivi, all them.
The Royal Luffy fan club.
A lot of people actually surprised. I was looking up. A lot of people kind of want Luffy and Vivi to kind of get together. I mean,
I don't do any of that. I have no ships.
Not my biggest like thing, but I kind of like that though.
I don't like ships in One Piece at the moment. But anyway, we see like they're all talking to each other, and then we see Sai. Sai's back, and he's from the Happo Navy. And then he casually mentions like, this is my last mission before I go, fully be a pirate. And he's like, I'm gonna be fully under the Grand Fleet.
Yep, I just realized like Luffy kind of got a lot of kind of like royalty members on his side.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the record, to realize like, he saved all these kingdoms, and they're all gonna be on his side. So they might even leave, but that's for another theory video. So, Leo and Sai are talking to like, hey, the leaders of, the Grand Fleet. So,
yeah, and I like how he calls them brother, because, like, when Sabo, Ace, and Luffy, they all call themselves brother, and because when they did that, now they're calling, they're calling themselves brothers now, too.
And then we get to see Wapol.
Never would have really thought we would have saw Wapol this arc. I mean, he wasn't one of my favorite characters.
I knew, if you follow the cover stories, like, he was in a cover story after what happened to him. Like, his cover story, like, everyone knew. Like, I knew that Wapol was going to be there, because he's the king of whatever Dark Kingdom he's the king of now, because in his cover story. But I don't know if you saw that cover story.
I don't think I remember that one that well.
But yeah, there's a cover story where it explains what happened to him after Drum, and he ends up, luckily, being another king in another country.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he's like, the Black Drum Kingdom now. And then they're like, oh, are you a friend of Luffy too? And then Vivi's are like, no.
He kicked his ass though.
Yeah. And then again, we get another recap of what happened in Drum.
Also, another thing, like, the girl that's with him is called Kinderella, I think. And I think it's like
the dark version of Cinderella.
Cinderella, because it's also supposed to represent, because Cinderella, technically married into royalty. I think that's like the little tie-in right there too.
And then we get Dalton's back. Keeping up with all these characters' names. Dalton's back with Dr. Kureha, and then they're there, and Dalton's the new king of Drum, and there's a funny little side. One of the Lapin bunnies are still there in the background. I guess that's the body guards now.
Watch it. And Dr. Kureha, she's wearing a shirt that is supposed to represent Chopper.
It says wanted 100 berries. And even the Lapin has a little reindeer hat on.
Reindeer hat, yeah. The Chopper fan club.
Chopper fan club.
We got a lot of fan clubs in the Reverie. I think it's just gonna be like, hey, I think it's like a meet-up, greet up for One Piece, and they're gonna trade their collectibles and stuff like that.
Yeah. All they need is Bartolomeo and Bo Hancock.
Oh God! Imagine if all of them met with Bartolomeo, and I think it'd be a bloodbath. They'd be like, yeah, we like Luffy, and she'd be like, you can't like Luffy, and then. Oh God, that would be so funny though.
And then Vivi recognizes Dalton because Vivi was there and Drum with them because she sailed the Straw Hats for a while. She's like, oh, Dalton's good to see you. And then we get the joke with Crayon's like, if I knew you were a princess, I would have charged you a lot more.
Yeah, he's like, I would have charged you a lot more.
And then we get the confrontation between Dalton and Wapol, and then Dalton transforms into his bison form first. He's like, I'm the king now.
I wonder how much. I hope he's gotten a lot stronger because he has a really cool devil fruit.
Yeah, like the bison fruit. So he needs to learn hockey. And then again, we get some more recap from Drum, and then Rebecca asks Dalton. It's like you like Luffy too, and Dalton's like, gotta make sure the coast is clear, and he's like,
yeah. This is because he's like, I like him.
I like him. So I gotta make sure no one hears. And then of all people, like I never would have thought we would have been back to we go back to Impel Down. And we see Doflamingo there.
I got excited because Doflamingo's my favorite villain, and oh god, I love how he's acting in this prison. He's just like, oh, so they finally sent him. They finally sent that assassin to come kill me.
And he's talking to Magellan, so Magellan's apparently there. He apparently has like a cell to him, like a room to himself, where Magellan's trying to protect him so he doesn't get assassinated.
Yeah.
But like Doflamingo in the series always gives like, he's kind of like takes the spot of a narrator sometimes. It's like, yeah, this big war's coming. He always gives like these grand speeches. So Doflamingo's back just to give this grand speech, and then he talks about like, you know, he's like, yeah, I know about this treasure in Mary Joa, so someone's gonna like send assassins after me, try to come kill me, which I assume would probably be CP0.
I wonder if Oda got some type of like, you know, real like inspiration from the Joker, because they call him Joker in the underworld, and while he's not 100% like the Joker, he kind of is somewhat like him, because like, you know, he's in Impel Down, he's in jail, he could be executed, and he's laughing about it, and he's getting excited about all the chaos that's about to come, and I really like how they're showing that each time they show him. He's just so psychotic, and I love seeing how he talks in it.
And so we get that you know, that Doflamingo knows something, and then
yeah, he knows what their treasure is, though.
And then we get like probably the biggest WTF panel like I think I've ever seen in One Piece. These collection of panels.
Yeah, we got this like silhouette of this dude that looks like he's like from really Adventure Time.
Yeah, this really long, skinny guy. It looks like he has a crown. I don't know. It looks like there's a crown. They're walking up some steps.
And he has 2 wanted posters. So I'm wondering, one has to be
one you can see is Luffy. The other one, I think it's Roger.
It's either Roger or it has to be the person that had that straw hat, maybe.
Yeah, which is Roger.
Yeah.
Or Shanks.
Yeah. Or it could be just somebody else that we don't know about.
Yeah, but I assume it's probably Roger. But they enter this really cold room, and then they're just walking around, and you can see like everything's like very carefully preserved. And then the silhouette they see like this giant straw hat.
Reminds me a lot of the start of it reminds me a lot of Beauty and the Beast too.
Yeah.
Just a quick side note.
And like so, there's just a giant straw hat there. I don't know.
I don't know either. I
don't know what this means for the story. Like there's lots of tinfoil hat theories out there.
I'm gonna guess and say that it at least has to do something maybe with the Will of D, maybe?
It has to do something with the Void Sentry. I'm like, I can tell you it probably has to do something with Will of D and the Void Sentry. That's probably a safe bet. But why there's another Straw Hat? I don't know. Like, there's been theories that the Straw Hat is actually the One Piece, which I've never believed. But...
yeah, because, I mean... I don't think the Navy would have because we gotta go to Raft Tail, and I don't think that's Raft Tail.
But it could lead... maybe the Straw Hat has way more meaning than it already does in the series. So, I guess we're gonna have to find out.
Maybe that's the last poneglyph. Secretly.
I don't know. Like I said, it has something to do with the Void Sentry. We could sit here all day speculating what it could be, but we won't know until Oda wants us to know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think that's gonna do it for our chapter review of One Piece this week.
Yep, we love the chapter. The referee arc's going so well. It's supposedly the editor says it's only gonna be 10 chapters, which I mean it doesn't bother me. We don't know what Oda's gonna do. It all depends on what Oda wants to do. But I'm loving the arc. I'm loving the information we're getting. It's just it keeps getting better and better. And I love that we have no clue what's gonna happen next.
Yeah.
But that's gonna do it for us. Remember, when we hit 50 subscribers, we're gonna be doing our giveaway.
Yep, it's gonna be a $20 Amazon gift card. And as always, you can hit that subscribe button. I'll pop up over there around Luffy, and then our last week's chapter review will be over here.
That's going to do it for us today. We hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.